really busy day. So welcome on behalf of the Santa Barbara Athletic Roundtable to this press luncheon. I want to thank you all for coming. My name is Lori Beatty. I am the president-elect, and Rich Hanna is off somewhere in New Zealand having a wonderful time, I think. We're going to have some awards first, and then we have the coaches report. So I want to start off by thanking Santa Barbara Bank and Trust, who sponsors these lunches. And I also want to thank Harry's and, of course, the press, because if we had the lunch with no press here, they probably wouldn't be half as interesting as they are. You can find out all you wanted to know about Santa Barbara Athletic Roundtable on our website, which is sbart.org. The first award that we have today is the Sports Person of the Month Award. And Dave Pintard is going to come up and talk a little bit about the award as well as the recipient.
Thank you, Lori, and nice to see you here behind the podium. The Sports Person of the Month Award goes to an individual or individuals or an organization that really does something exemplary in our community. And in this case, it's going to go to two brothers that have really been a real inspiration. They're always there for the San Marcos football and athletic department, and it's not that they just have come lately to do this. They've been doing this for 16, 17 years. And you always see them on the sidelines of the Royals games, whether it's a freshman game on a Thursday, a JV game starting at 4:30, or a varsity game that night. They help out with the basketball. Like I said, they handle it with such enthusiasm, and they're just really, really great guys. And I want to thank Mo Clayton and Matt Johnson, and the guy that really knows them well, and also is contributing to the recognition of these two individuals. I want to welcome to the podium Bob Archer. Bob?
It's my pleasure. In 1997, I was the head coach, football coach at San Marcos, and I was introduced to the two young men that were there, Kyle and Jeffrey Petersilia. And they came out with such enthusiasm, and I wasn't sure exactly how they were going to be players. They were big kids, or what the whole thing was, but they were in a special program at San Marcos, and they came out and they wanted to just help anywhere they could. And so they were managers, they were assistant coaches, they were whistleblowers, they were towel swingers, they were, whatever needed to be done, they were so enthusiastic about doing it. We used to have where our band would form a band and then form an SM, and then our team would run through the middle of it. Right in the beginning, from 97 on now, they don't do that anymore, but for years, Kyle and Jeffrey would be the first two to go through the SM, and just jumping up and down and creating an amazing spirit for our football team. They were loved by every single player on the team. Everybody, if they weren't there someday or whatever, it was like, what happened to Jeff? What happened to Kyle? What's going on here? So it's been just a terrific run. They've been about 16 years, I think, since they've been involved with San Marcos. They had done soccer, they do some basketball. When we had the San Marcos Santa Barbara alumni game, I was involved with that along with Coach Clayton. And there was Kyle and Jeffrey, right there with us, helping all the time, getting guys motivated to do what they were supposed to do. I want to thank Matt Johnson for putting it all together and getting things organized. And also like to recognize their dad, Pat. Raise your hand up for Pat. And Steve, right here. They have won several Royal Spirit Awards at San Marcos over the years, and they also perform in the Special Olympics. So they are good performers, represent San Marcos just so well. And it's such a pleasure to do this award today and to present it to them. So Kyle and Jeffrey, would you come up here, please?
Thank you for coming, and thank you to Henry, everybody. Thank you all for coming, and enjoy football. I love it.
All right, we're not going to let Dave get too far away because this week we also have the Womble Award, and he will be handling those honors too.
The Womble Award was the idea of an individual that is also a great inspiration to us in many, many ways. He was born with cerebral palsy, was not formally educated, went on to teach himself how to read and write, and then later wrote a book, Never Give Up. Moved to Santa Barbara, I think in 1961, I want to say, and immediately fell in love with the Gauchos through our editor of the news press at that time was Mark's father, Phil Patton, and just adopted, loved, cherished by the Gaucho athletic department. The foyer into the Gaucho Hall of Fame is named in his honor, and that is the individual that is the brain trust of this award, Mr. Phil Womble. This award goes to an individual that is a junior at their high school, male or female. It rotates amongst all the high schools. It honors an individual that always does the right thing, whether he's under the coach's supervision or not. He's impeccably honest. He complies with all the rules. He honors the game and is loyal to his team and to his school and puts team above self. And this individual's no exception to the criteria. His name is Duncan Gordon, and he's the eldest of 4 children. He has played 2 years of varsity football, basketball, and baseball. And he has already earned 9 varsity letters. In addition, he excels in the classroom. He has a 4.17 GPA, AP History, Physics, Pre-Calculus, Honors in English and in Spanish. Coach Cooney calls him a throwback, an old school type high school athlete. 3 varsity teams as a sophomore is a testament to his physical skill and unique character. Hardworking, reliable, honest, humble, respectful to all, and trustworthy. He's admired by his coaches, his teammates, the faculty at Carp High for his loyalty and effort. And Coach Cooney went on to say that I am lucky enough to work with Duncan every single day in the spring season on the baseball field. He is a model warrior. I can trust Duncan enough to have him involved with my own children and at home. The Gordons are important to Carpinteria High School athletics, and Duncan is a great source of pride for all of us. He is here with his parents, who I'd like to introduce, Cliff and Kathleen. And baseball coach and athletic director, Coach Cooney. That's what you want to come up to?
It's a treat to be here on the same day that Phil Womble's here, and also a treat to introduce Duncan to the group. I just asked for quotes from a couple of his other sports coaches, and Van Latham says that Duncan is a tireless worker who always does what is right. And Coach Johnny Ward, who's here today, you'll hear from later, says Duncan's a player that coaches like to have on their team because we know that he will give everything that he can. So it's my pleasure today to introduce Duncan to you.
I'd just like to start out and thank the Santa Barbara Athletic Roundtable for the awesome meal, and also to my coaches and my parents for all the support that they've given me throughout the years. Thank you.
Okay, let's see. Pat, where did you go? Oh, there you go.
There it is.
Another award we have today is Coach of the Year. This, again, is kind of a revolving award that goes through all the schools. And today's turn is for Carpinteria. So Athletic Director Cooney is going to make the announcement.
So today it's my pleasure to introduce Henry Gonzalez as our Coach of the Year for 2012 and 2013. Henry's extremely generous with his time, with his spirit, and in his effort. There are things that Henry does that are visible to everyone. He's the offensive coordinator of the football team, coaches the Frosh basketball team, he's the head coach of the softball team, and he coaches Special Olympics. He's also the assistant athletic director. Not enough? I mean, that's easily enough to make him Coach of the Year. However, there are many, many things that are invisible. He's a mentor to new coaches. He's a steady and positive influence on our students at Carpinteria High School. He's an event manager. He's a fundraiser. And he even maintains connections with the students that have graduated out of each of his programs. So again, a couple of quotes from the coaches that we have. We have Dan Mercer here today, but he said, Henry's at the pulse of the CHS athletic community. And Ben Latham again expressed amazement at Henry Gonzalez's dedication and passion for the coaching profession. So I feel lucky today to introduce to you Henry Gonzalez, our Coach of the Year.
Luckily, he doesn't get a plaque because I am pretty sure he has a lot of plaques, but he does get a gift certificate to the Paradise Cafe, which Randy Ross donates because they always figured coaches could use the night out, and a nice bag from Bank Press.
Yes, thank you,
Well, thank you. This is an honor to receive this award. I want to thank the Santa Barbara Athletic Roundtable for sponsoring this award. Also, I want to congratulate Jeffrey and Kyle for their award as well. It's a great honor to be here. Thank you.
I have so many awards behind me. I had to check to make sure I haven't forgotten anyone, but John or Barry, whichever one of you is going to do the next award.
Thank you, Laurie. Great to see everybody. I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving. I get to announce the Athletes of the Week. They are voted on by media members from representatives for Presidio Sports, KUIT, the News Press, and the Independent. And I will start by reading off the male honorable mentions. First off, we have Brian Fernandez from Dos Pueblos Cross Country. In any normal week, he would probably be the winner, but because he won a CIF state championship. But he has won the Athlete of the Week award twice already this season. But Preston Branson is also on the list. Westmont basketball. Branson led the Warriors in scoring in 2 wins on the road in Texas over the Thanksgiving break. He totaled 20 points, 7 rebounds, in an 83-65 win, and then scored 16 in a 69-65 overtime win over a previously unbeaten team. The winner is also from Dos Pueblos Cross Country. Max Davis has been a little bit in the shadow of Brian Fernandez this season, but that doesn't make his season any less extraordinary. Max finished 12th in the state on Saturday in Fresno, which gave Dos Pueblos is the only school with 2 runners in the top 12 in the state. Max's performance was a big part of leading Dos Pueblos to a 4th place finish in the state, which is the best in school history. So Max, could you come on up to receive your award? All right, for the female honorable mentions, Sweets Underwood from UCSB basketball. Sweets had a pair of amazing games in Puerto Vallarta, over the Thanksgiving break, obviously. Sweets had games of 13 points, 12 rebounds in a win, followed up by a career high tying 18 points and 13 rebounds in a loss to Missouri State. Esther Lee from Westmont Basketball.